Hi everybody, it's Dr. Anna here. Now it'd be great, wouldn't it, if life were always a barrel of laughs, always fun and never felt tough. But sadly that doesn't happen because by its very nature, life throws us curveballs, leaves us feeling uncomfortable, distressed, angry, anxious, bereft at certain times. Sometimes predictably so, and more often than not, unpredictably so. And how we deal with those events, how we deal with those feelings in particular, those distressing feelings, really does determine how we cope in life. Because it's easy to cope when life is good. It's easy to enjoy the good times, have fun, hang out with friends, feel like we're successful at school or at work, and generally just be fine. But when the bad times come, or when something happens that leaves us feeling very upset or distressed, how we deal with that will determine how we process it, whether we process it, how we move through it, how we cope with it, the support that we utilise to help us get through, and therefore how quickly we are able to move on. And this is called distress tolerance. And I think that distress tolerance is one of the most fundamental life skills of all. It's a life skill that is rarely taught for most of us, but it is an absolutely fundamental life skill. Because when we can't tolerate distress, we spend loads of time and energy trying to push those difficult feelings, those horrible emotions that leave us feeling uncomfortable away. I'm not going to say negative emotions because they're just emotions and they're all part of life, but we try and push them away, and that takes, a vast amount of energy. But we have to find behaviours that allow us to push them away, and those behaviours become more and more extreme because the feelings bubble up if they're not processed and get stronger and stronger and stronger. So, for example, the most common behaviours that we see to help manage distress are using food of some sort, whether eating too much or not eating enough, because both of those things, you can either try and eat your feelings down and suffocate them, or starve them away, which changes our biology. Self-harm is very common, but again, not very helpful, and I'm certainly not advocating any of it. And then addictive or compulsive behaviours like drugs or alcohol, gambling, compulsive spending, partying all night and then passing out during the day, all of these things. And these behaviours are all ways of trying to help us get rid of, rather than sit with, those distressing emotions. And I am not saying that you should never party or enjoy food or have a drink. That is not what I'm saying, but it's about the compulsive nature of it. It's about how much you do it, how hard you do it, and how much you need it and why you need it. So it's about the quality. It's not that partying sometimes is bad. It's not great. It's not exercising sometimes is bad. In fact, exercising is essential for health. So I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but if you have to get rid of your feelings with exercise, then you are going to push your body way past where it's comfortable being. And the more you do that, the more you're going to need to do that. And ultimately you will injure or burn out. So how do you tolerate distress? That is the key question. And the answer to that is to learn to go, okay, I feel whatever I feel. I feel angry, sad, anxious, worried. I'm going to use support networks around me, be they friends or family or professional. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to know that I will survive it, because that's what distress tolerance is all about. It's about knowing that you will survive whatever it is that's upsetting you, and you'll come out the other side and you will be okay. It doesn't always feel that way, but that is what will happen. And knowing that and having confidence in that and having confidence that you can survive the upset is what you need. And so it's learning those skills. And once you've learned those skills, all of the behaviours that you otherwise use to get rid of the emotions are unnecessary. And actually, it takes much, much less energy to sit with the distress, talk about it, process it, move through it, than it does engaging in loads and loads of those behaviours that ultimately make life more difficult, make life more stressful, and take you down a path that is harder to travel back up. I'd love to hear your experiences, your thoughts, answer any questions, and so be in touch. And until next time, bye.